Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a reading habits tag. I don't know who originally came up with this tag because I couldn't find the creator, but I have been seeing this type of videos around YouTube for years. But if you guys happen to know the original creator, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to give credits to that person. This book tag is obviously about reading habits, and I would like to answer each and one of the questions so you guys can know more about me, because I'm a narcissist. I have to lower my voice for this video because my boyfriend is in the other room, and it actually doesn't matter who is listening, but I'm just a little bit embarrassed when I know there is another person listening to me when I'm filming. So I'm gonna lower my voice a little bit, and sorry for that. I have all the questions with me on my laptop, and let's start with the first one. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? I know it's a little bit strange, but I don't read at home that often because I have a lot of distraction at home. I have my laptop over there and I have my bed. I prefer to take a nap or just watching TV shows and YouTube on my laptop when I'm at home. But if I do happen to read at home, I think my bed is my place to read. The next question is bookmark or random piece of paper? Oh, definitely random piece of paper. I bought some bookmarks before that I thought I was gonna use them, but I just ended up using receipts and my bus tickets all the time. I just find it really convenient because I lost all of my bookmarks. I don't know what happened, but I lost all of them, and I'm trying not to buy them anymore because I just like to use a piece of random paper, and that is really cost effective and it does its job. You know, bookmark is not important. You just put a piece of paper in your book and you know where you were at before, and that is good enough for me. So definitely a random piece of paper. The next question is, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? I think if I have a choice to stop reading, like, oh, I'm done for today and I put the book away, definitely I will stop at the end of a chapter. But you know, I read on the bus too, and sometimes your stop is right there, so you have to get up and go out. So if it's up to me, I will stop after a chapter, and I definitely prefer that if I have a choice. The next question is, do you eat or drink while reading? I definitely don't eat because I hate getting like food stuff on my book, but I do drink. Sometimes I drink wine, but sometimes I drink coffee. Since I prefer to go to a cafe to read, sometimes during the weekend, I just find it really convenient. You know, you spend $3 or $4 for a cup of coffee and you can stay there for 5 hours. That's usually what I do during the weekends. The next question is multitasking, music or TV while reading? I definitely prefer music, and I listen to music while I'm reading all the time. I actually have a playlist of all the music that I listen to while I'm reading, and if you guys want to see a video of all my reading playlist music, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to film a video of that. I definitely don't watch TV while I'm reading because I like to just have really quality time when it comes to reading. But sometimes I put the TV on just as a background sound because I don't like it to be completely quiet when I'm reading as well. The sixth question is one book at a time or several at once? I'm definitely the type of person that would just finish one book and then start with the next one, because I tried this before. I tried to read several books at the same time and it didn't go well, and I ended up just getting really sick of all the books because it's so daunting to see there are 7 books on your table that you haven't finished yet. And I definitely just really try to buy one book and then finish it and then buy another book, and It's my whole system, and I just found out about myself. I actually read better in this way, so I try to stick with it. And so definitely one book at a time. The next question is reading at home or everywhere? I think everywhere, because like I said before, I prefer to read at a cafe or when I'm just on the bus or just waiting for my order to come at a restaurant. Let's move on to the next question, reading out loud or silently in your head. I think it depends, since English is not my first language, and I feel like reading out loud can definitely help me improve my English a little bit, but most of the time I read silently in my head, definitely. But there are times when I'm reading like a non-fiction, I get bored a little bit and I try to read it out loud, maybe just read 3 pages out loud. I found that a great way when you just got really bored with the book and you want to move on. I feel like reading out loud can keep you just refocused on what you're reading, and it works perfectly for me because sometimes I do get bored with a certain book, and I use this method to get myself just to try to really get into the book again so I can finish the book, because I don't just stop reading when I'm getting bored. I'm usually just try to finish the whole book. The next question is, do you read ahead or even skip pages? No, never. Who does that? What's the point of reading a whole book if you just try to skip pages? I don't do that. The next question is breaking the spine or keeping it like new. I definitely don't break the spine, but I also don't try to keep it new either. I definitely think I'm somewhere between the middle, because you can see when I'm reading a book, I usually just hold it like this. And I'm not breaking the spine, but does it look new to you? I think before, like a few years ago, I definitely tried so hard to keep my book as new as possible. But I think like nowadays, I feel like if a book looks really beat up, that means you really enjoy the book and you have read it. And that's a good thing for me, and this is how I read my books. Okay, the last question is, do you write in your books? Well, I like the idea of writing down like notes on your book, but I just find myself not doing that. It's not because of like I wanted to keep my book as new as possible, but because I don't have anything to write down. Sometimes maybe I'll underline something, but I don't do that really often. I just prefer to use a notebook, because sometimes if I find something that is really inspiring in the book, I will copy the whole paragraph or a few sentences on my notebook. And I have a couple of notebooks that full of paragraphs from books or some of my thoughts when I was reading. Yeah, I don't write on my books, but I do write on my notebooks. Okay, so this is a really short and casual video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other like interesting tags that you want me to do, please leave a comment down below. And please subscribe. I make book videos and makeup videos, and I post a lot during the week. So please subscribe and be part of our whole community, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but be a part of it. Okay, so that's it. I will be posting a bookshelf tour type of video in next week. Once I get everything organized, I will try to post one of those videos, and please stay tuned, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.